very seldom can you drop 2 albums in the same year and still have the same kind of impact as soon as you start listening to it. Now, the message isn't entirely the same this time around because it's not really a walk through the mind of a tortured person that's trying to get their thoughts across. It's something that's just explaining the happenings as the year has gone by. So you're able to sound on people a little bit, but you're also able to get a little bit of a alternative sound on a song like Candle in the Sun. It's really different when you see something like that, and I've seen a lot of people in ALC grow the entire year that I've been watching the other artists that have been involved. I've seen Savick drop a project. He just got added not too long ago. I saw Soap drop 2 projects. This is the second one, and he's dropped single after single, including projects. So it's nice to see that he doesn't want to stop the momentum. And same thing with Frander and Slim Reaper and Switch even. Switch hasn't brought out a project to my knowledge, but he's brought out singles and been featured on tracks here and there. So it's nice to see the momentum is going. And even with some people coming against adversity, like Slim Reaper, who recently had some issues with his computer, and he's now making music again. So it's just nice to see that these guys don't slow up. This album started off, and it was so weird. Like, I wasn't expecting something like this to happen. With Sync/Search Party started, it was just, like, trippy as hell. And then all of a sudden, Sync ended and Search Party started, and Soap brought out the monster. Like, he brought out the beast. That's the best way that I could phrase it. He brought out the beast on this track. And Soap didn't want to let anyone up for air through this entire project, whether it was when he was getting a little sappy on a song and talking about how sad he was about some shit, or when he was aiming down sights on motherfuckers on a Bleach project. Like, there's just so many people that need to keep an eye out on Soap because he's up next. Everybody on ALC is up next because they all have different kinds of talent to tap into the industry, and it's not just based off of the type of music they make. It's how they approach their music. They make music for just about everybody, and you could play this stuff anywhere. You really could. People in taxi cabs know this guy. Like, there's something here. There's something here with the artistry that's going on. You have lightning in a bottle. Please don't ever waste it. One drawback with this album is that on streaming services, it's missing Forte and Trite, which I don't know why. It doesn't really seem to make much sense. But if you want the full project, the experience is best served on SoundCloud. The entire album, even when it is on streaming services, is still rock solid. But missing Forte with Bedhead and Trite, it kind of seems like there's a couple missing pieces. Now that I've listened to the project a few times on SoundCloud, it seems like it has a more rounded picture to it instead of something that was missing a little bit of a nice finishing touch. Trite was a beautiful finish to the end of the project, and I loved it. But the big thing that stood out to me was Useless. Switch has definitely stood out as one of the bigger features for the last few songs that I've seen him on in the last couple months. But the fact that he isn't just here, he's doing something different. You can hear in the backgrounds of the vocals as it's getting to the end of his verse that he's screaming in the background. Now, if you have good headphones or if you have bad headphones, you should be able to hear it because you like music, you listen to it. Or if you don't, then try and listen a little bit harder. There's a lot of really, really good artists out there, but not many can do it like Soap. And when you hear a song like Gurney and you see how the flow can get switched up a little bit, the production on these 2 projects that have come out this year, Walk had phenomenal production and so did So Nice to See You. But for me, So Nice to See You's production stood out while the lyrics are like, it's like this with Walk. So Nice to See You is right here and Walk is right here. I'm sorry. But I really, really enjoyed this project. I hope you guys get a chance to listen to it. Everybody has to at least give Soap one listen. If you're not going to listen to So Nice to See You, at least listen to, I don't know, a single. Anything. Listen to anything. Listen to Walk. Listen to the collaboration tape that he has with John Voight. John Voight is going into the Air Force, if I'm not mistaken, and you need to at least try and run up some of the music for the guy. I mean, do something. I really, really think that you guys will enjoy Soap's music. If you haven't been on the channel long enough and you haven't seen the Soap video that I did when I reviewed Walk earlier this year, listen to that, or listen to this and then go back to it. Whichever one, it doesn't matter. But, like I said, this album is on streaming services and it also is on SoundCloud, but it is best served for you to listen to it on SoundCloud. I think that's all. I'm going to leave links in the description below. I will be returning next Sunday. I'm sorry that I waited 3 weeks to put out another review, but working sucks during the Christmas year when you're trying to be Santa Claus. And, yeah. So... next week, I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Amethyst project, Resurrection. Until then, stay selfish. There's still merch out until the very end of this year. I want to at least have it up, and then New Year's going to be having a second drop. But until then, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace.